Gather your prime mates and try for yourself to see if you can become the champion. Alright, the devs wrote those jokes, it wasn't me. Well, hey everyone, it's David again for GDWC. Welcome back to our top 10 GDWC games per country list. And after getting so many requests, it's time to do this country. We're gonna go north, just way north. Norway. And it's funny, the demand for the Nordics has been huge. We've done Finland, Sweden, Denmark, now Norway. There's only, Iceland left? And hey, don't forget to like and subscribe to the video. And as well, comment where you're watching from. I pick the episodes based on the comments that I see. Okay, so I'm sure when you picture Norway, you can imagine fjords, skiers, and Vikings. But did you also know the Doomsday Vault is in Norway? Everyone knows the Scream, that's Norwegian. And a fun fact about Norway, the second highest consumption of tacos. It's a thing, just Google Norwegian taco. And what about games? Well, Norway's gaming industry isn't as big as its siblings in Sweden or Finland, but it's no slouch either. Let's take a look now at some of the most famous games that have come from Norwegian devs. Owlboy, Earthlock, Among the Sheep, Dragon, the upcoming game Snufkin, Melody of Moomin Valley, Skate City, Teslagrad, Conan Exiles, and there's a bunch of older PC games, especially from Funcom, that I haven't played, so let me know what I'm missing. What about our list? Well, let's jump in now, let's check it out. The top 10 GDWC submitted games from Norway. Okay, so I'm starting things off with an adrenaline rush of a game, Mount Wingsuit 2. This game and experience takes place completely in VR, giving you the rush and feeling that you get from watching those viral videos of just people zipping around mountainsides. The game features Tony Hawk inspired missions that reward you with huge points and combos for all those close calls, flying next to mountains, through tunnels, and you can experience it all in multiplayer as well. And imagine how easy it is for the devs to get inspired. They just kind of open their front door and just look up. Not jealous at all. In 9th place, we've got My Very Own Train Station. This choice-based narrative game has you contemplating life as you sit there waiting for your train to arrive. Metaphorically, there are tons of trains in life, and it's up to you to choose which one you get on. In both life and in the game, there isn't a right choice per se. Every narrative choice will lead you to a different ending. The visuals and music are really unique, but the writing is what makes it so special. You can help out the main character now. You can play the game. It's free on their itch page. And up next, we've got Northern Journey from Slid Studios. This first-person RPG has you adventuring in a fantasy world of Norway as you explore massive fjords, swamps, caves, and, well, a whole bunch more. And you're not alone either. You'll encounter tons of NPCs with their own stories and even more monsters. And what I like is that the game is a straightforward experience. The game isn't giving you dozens of side quests to sort of distract you, taking up 80 hours of your life. No, it's more of a linear experience, pushing you forward as you explore the next areas. The combat and exploration feels pulled right out of Skyrim, and if you want, you can check out the game for yourself. It's out now on Steam. Let's change things up completely with our next game. In 7th place, Invite the Blackbird. This extremely charming game features a beautifully hand-drawn watercolor world. It's a mix of a visual novel game with puzzles that are reminiscent of those children's books where you can sort of lift up a flap or pull a tab to reveal secrets. The puzzles here are always changing too, from Tetris-like challenges to jigsaw puzzles, as well as some of the classic water pipes. I came across the game when one of the devs shared it in our Discord channel. Which reminds me, come join our Discord channel where devs as well as gamers alike just chat about all things video games all day. The story of Invite the Blackbird starts off small. You grow a garden with the help of a blackbird, but as you progress, the story of a family struggling to stay together reveals itself. It's a really touching and short game. It seems that heartwarming stories is sort of a trend going on now with our list, and our next game evokes those same similar feelings. Embracelet is next. This coming-of-age story has you playing as Jesper in northern Norway. You visit your grandpa, a mysterious guy, by the way, and he hands you a magical bracelet with mysterious powers. All of a sudden, you can take control of the environment around you, interact with the world to move things around and solve puzzles. The low-poly world matches so well with the themes at play here. Friendship, loss, and family are at the forefront of your adventure as you dig deeper in your grandfather's past and this bracelet that he's handed you. Okay, so we're at the halfway point now. Number 5 is Castle Siege by the solo dev Morty. The game is a 1 vs 1 multiplayer tower defense game, or I guess it's tower offense game? Anyways, you and your opponent both have your own castle at the end of a single path as you try to take out your opponent's castle before they can take out your own. But you can place defensive towers all along the path to try and take out the enemies before they attack you. As you play, you'll unlock new power-ups like health regen, stronger attacks, or lifesteal. Same goes for your units, you'll unlock and level them up as you go. It's a fine balance between defense and offense. The low-poly game is set in a medieval world that looks suspiciously a lot like Norway. Guys, we get it, you have the most beautiful nature in the world. Jealous. The game is still in early access, but you can check it out now for yourself on Steam. Alright, in 4th place, I'm bringing you something weird, something from deep outer space. Bonkies is next. This co-op party game has you in control of monkeys, equipped with jetpacks and extremely strong robot arms, as you try to build structures as accurately as possible. You'll need to coordinate and build these structures with as much precision as you can. You'll often end rounds with something teetering on the edge of destruction. At times, the game reminds me a lot of Snipper Clips. The game is available now on PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Gather your prime mates and try for yourself to see if you can become the champion. Alright, the devs wrote those jokes, it wasn't me. We've cracked the top 3, and the next game's title is something that I can relate to easily. Dude, Where's My Beer is up next. This 90s-inspired point-and-click adventure game has you playing as a socially awkward man who seems completely out of place in Oslo with one simple desire: to find a Pilsner. The problem is, he's surrounded by dive bars and hipster craft beers that carry just about everything other than a traditional Pilsner. So, it's up for you to jump from bar to bar, speaking with his patrons, trying to figure out if anyone has Pilsners anymore. Can you help this dude find a beer? If anyone's asking, I don't agree with this guy. Craft beers for life. In our 2nd place spot, the terrifying Avarice by Dark Mode. A group of students from Oslo. Avarice is set in the 1900s, where you play as a renowned explorer who's just arrived home from an expedition gone wrong, as you come to grips with what exactly went down. This first-person psychological horror game has you walking through hallways and rooms as changes start to happen all around you. And when you revisit rooms, you'll notice that things aren't as you left them just minutes ago. And that's when the jump scares really start happening. Light bulbs exploding, decorations falling, doors opening and closing on their own. It's an obvious nod to Kojima's PT game from 2014. And just as you start to feel comfortable and understanding of your surroundings, the worst happens. Good luck. And finally, my favorite GDWC submitted game from Norway, Helheim Hassel. A game about detachable limbs. No, for real. This narrative adventure game has you playing as Bjorn, a Viking with the ability to detach and combine his limbs to solve the environmental puzzles around him. You can detach your head, toss it at a switch, or detach your arms to make yourself less heavy so you can jump even higher. It's a really clever, creative, and funny game that puts a nice spin on Norse mythology. Pick it up now, it's available on pretty much everything you can think of. PC, PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Alright, so those were my favorite games from Norway. Which one was your favorite? Drop a comment, let me know. And don't forget as well, like and subscribe so you don't miss any upcoming episodes. And I really appreciate you watching until the end. Until next time.